Hey, I'm gonna be setting up my weekly spread in under 5 minutes while I talk about why bullet journaling just isn't working. And this is a part of a series that I call Bujo Topics, where I discuss different bullet journal topics. 5 minutes on the clock. As soon as my pen touches the paper, I am going to be talking about the problems, how to stay consistent, and yes, the struggles when it comes to bullet journaling. For this weekly plan with me, I'm only going to be using my micron Sakura pen and a ruler. And also, this is not going to be sped up, so you're watching me set up my weekly planner in real time as I discuss this video's topic. A bullet journal is a creative planner to stay organized and productive. It's kind of like a all-in-one system for task management, project management, but also a creative outlet. You can add fun things like a vision board, but nothing is perfect. So why doesn't it work for some, and what can be done about that? The first thing is how overwhelming it can be to start a bullet journal. You quickly learn that there is such a thing as too customizable. There are so many ways you can start, use it, plan with it, and the themes. The fact that it's completely blank and every single person can have their own use for it, make it so that it's difficult to start even that first page. And when you search for it online, whether it's on YouTube, Pinterest, or Instagram, there are so many gorgeous and pretty artistic bullet journals that you think that's the norm and that's how it should be. And all of these different factors just leaves room for confusion, and so you don't take action. And this also has to do with motivation. Because you are creating your own system, there isn't any rules set for you. So there's no specific reason as to why you would use your journal daily, weekly, or even monthly. There are no consequences for not using your journal. So it's very possible that with time, you just get tired and bored and stop using it. Because it can also be time consuming, where you take more time setting it up than actually using it. So this is the advice that I always give, like my only tip when it comes to beginners wanting to start a bullet journal, and it is keep it simple and make it crazy personal. You don't have to make it crazy artistic. It can just be a functional and minimal tool, like the spread you're seeing me setting up right now. It takes me under 5 minutes for the entire week. You don't need crazy drawings or paintings or scales. There is other ways you can decorate your bullet journal, like washi tape, markers, stamps. So many ways to keep it functional but very visual. You also have to make it personal so you get use out of it and maximize the benefits. A bullet journal is supposed to be an outlet where you can externalize all the thoughts in your head. If you're not doing that, then you're just gonna keep being frustrated and not make progress. Don't copy, but take inspiration and make it work for you. And now I'm gonna go into my second point, which I'm gonna call the perfect syndrome. The fact that you will obviously make mistakes, or you have this idea and it doesn't come out exactly the way you wanted, it kind of stifles you and it makes you just not want to continue. You don't feel motivated or even good about what you're doing. And if you follow my channel, I make mistakes all the time. And so that's just something that you should know going in and accept it. And even if you make mistakes, there's so many different ways you can correct them. You can black it out, you can use your white gel pen, washi tape. So kind of just not being so rigid and going with the flow and letting your journal be. That's it. Stop the timer with 4 seconds left to spare. The Sunday box is too big and the Saturday box is kind of too small. Now I'm going to explain the spread a little bit. So I have 3 columns and 7 rows for each day of the week. At the top I have my focus. So this is going to be the one thing I'm going to be focusing on that's going to give me the most results. To the right, the first column is all the days of the week and the date. So I have a few more points that I would like to discuss on why bullet journaling just doesn't work. So I'm going to be setting up this spread for the following week on the next page. And of course, under 5 minutes. You're not perfect and your journal isn't going to be perfect either. The same way sometimes you surprise yourself, you're going to be doing things in your journal, you're going to be surprised about how well it turned out, and at the times that you make mistakes, that's perfectly fine as well. Because that will also allow you to see the growth and how your journaling changes because it evolves along with you. Another point I'm going to touch on is doing everything in advance. Right? You just got your journal, you're ready to start, you're motivated, and then days, weeks, months pass and you haven't touched your journal. It is on your desk, but you either forget to use it, life gets in the way, or you just have a lack of time. Let me start off by saying this is normal. I am pretty sure that most people don't use their journal every single day. And it is perfectly fine to skip some days or have phases where you don't want to journal, but you can always get back into it. Whenever you feel the need for it, that's when you should pick it back up. Not only that, but set up your journal in advance. Most people do monthlies, weeklies, or daily. And so they feel stifled by the place they have already put, and maybe sometimes that's not enough space or the way you laid it out just isn't working for you. And so you can just leave blank pages. I do this all the time in my journal, and that just leaves you space. You can set it up on the day. Keep your journal flexible so that you can use it. I fill in mine throughout the year, and I have no problem adding in random spreads in between my journal. By making it flexible and personal, you will want to use it and keep the process fun and simple. I think the number one reason people get demotivated or they quit is because they have an unclear purpose for their bullet journal. You don't know what to do and why you're using it, so it's hard to keep up with it because you feel confused and it can get frustrating. You're overthinking, and that kills the process, the fun, and the benefits. It should be a time for yourself. If it gets to the point where it's annoying or makes you feel any negative emotion, then something has to change. Think about what you want to get out of it, why are you even starting, and what are the results you are looking for. Just as an example, here are some of the answers. You can use it for productivity, so if you're goal oriented, you can use it for trackers and accountability. Now, this isn't a simple to-do list. Your planner should support your goals and help you achieve them. It can be used for mindfulness and self-care, so you can externalize all your stress, anxiety, and really release all of those emotions and get creative if you want to. It can also be used to organize your life. whether that's with your finances, household, family, maybe you have a business or a brand, and so much more. Really being clear with the results you want to get from it, you can change your process and adapt it to make it work for you. So knowing how you're going to use your bullet journal and knowing how you want it to look and feel for you is really going to get you motivated to come back and use it. Here is the final flip through of my monthly minimal setup and my bullet journal. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button. I have a lot more journaling and productivity videos on the way. Let me know down in the comments your struggles when it comes to bullet journaling. Like this video and I'll see you in the next one.